Hello, friends! Taking pictures doesn't seem like anything special to us nowadays. Most of us have camera phones and thousands of all kinds of photos stored on them. There aren't all that many people left who even bother to print out photos and put them in albums because we just keep them on our phones or in some virtual storage space. We don't yet know how we're going to show them to our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, but we'll get to figure it out in the future. However, if you take a moment to think about how hard it was to take pictures in the past, you might even get goosebumps. Now, let's take a look at a photo from the last century, which survived many years later and chained thousands of interested and puzzled looks to the screens. Here's the largest group photograph taken in 1903. It fits the entire Kexholm Guard Infantry Regiment, which is 1,000 people. Just think about it. There are 25 rows of people in the photograph, each with about 50 people in it, and each face can be examined in the smallest detail. The resolution of the image allows us to see cigarette butts in the grass, enlarge each soldier, and examine him in detail. And that's despite the fact that the size of the picture is only 42 by 94 centimeters. Why is that we have to turn to Photoshop and various other editors when taking group photos today? But they managed to create a real masterpiece 120 years ago. Unfortunately, the name of the person who took this shot is unknown, but the photographer was definitely a true professional. While the photo was most likely contact printed from a glass negative, there's a theory that a negative of this scale was made to order, or the mysterious photographer assembled it himself. There is very little information about the creation of the picture itself. There's a chronicle of regimental life of the Kexholm Regiment for the years 1905 to 1910. Stored in the State Military Historical Archive. This document describes almost the entire life of the regiment, down to the smallest detail, let alone important events. But there's no mention of the sensational photograph being taken. However, the journey of this old picture began almost from the moment of its creation. It ended up in the collection of Yevsey Biely, who collected old pictures and knew many photographers of that time. Subsequently, in the 1950s, the collection of Bailey became the basis for the Museum of History and Photography. In 1993, Bailey's collection was transferred to the Union of Art Photographers, which the photographer, Svetlana Potsartskaya, found it and included it in her book, Photomaster. Soon, someone scanned the picture from this book and posted it online. It's come such a long way for us to be able to look at it and come up with theories about its origin. The photo of the Kexholm Regiment inspired the director and documentary filmmaker Boris Liznev to make the film Regiment Stand to Attention in 2006. The result is a 20-minute panorama. It uses fragments of letters as well as diaries of officers and soldiers of that time. Face after face floats across the screen as voiceovers tell the new story of the photograph. The film was awarded the Grand Prix at the World View Cinema Festival and also received awards at other competitions. The photograph of the Kexholm Regiment keeps many secrets and has an amazing property. It can be looked at endlessly. The author of the picture probably didn't even realize how much interest the public would show in his work. Needless to say, this picture works as an incentive for modern photographers to strive and create something unique so that decades later, people would argue over their work too. Friends, what emotions did this picture invoke in you? Have you come across similar stories before? Be sure to let us know in the comments. And that's all for today. Rate this video if you liked it, and see you soon. Bye.